It's time to unbig them backs because summer is right around the corner. Starting with salads. Today on Poor Choices, we're making seared crusted tuna steak and a refreshing Asian cucumber salad. I don't even like cucumbers. It all comes together really quickly, it's super refreshing, and it's very healthy. And look at that, it looks fancy on a plate. The perfect spring heading into summer meal. Starting off, we can get our dressing together for our salad. We'll be using it not just in that, but also as a little drizzle at the end. And it'll be good to get the salad done first so it can hang in the fridge for like a good 20 minutes or so, just long enough to let those flavors come together. So, in a container, I am mixing 2 tablespoons of low sodium soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of rice wine vinegar, 1 teaspoon of sesame oil, 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce, 2 tablespoons of spicy chili crisp, 2 teaspoons of maple syrup, a pinch of salt, and this is optional if you'd like. I did add in a little bit of garlic chili sauce, about a tablespoon's worth, only because I was almost done with the jar and I just kind of wanted to get it out the way. Completely optional, but add some extra garlicky spice to it. Not to be confused with the chili crisp, by the way, that we used earlier. Give that a mixing, and then let's move on to the mandolin. This lovely little dangerous device here. Now you can just use a knife and just slice everything super thin, but I like a mandolin because they provide a more consistent slice and you can get things as thin as possible, which is what I want here. Other cucumber salads suggest smashing the cucumbers, but I wanted it this way, so I'm doing it like this. And because mandolins are extremely dangerous and sharp, I recommend not drinking during this part of cooking. I know I like to emphasize the drinks while making things in the kitchen, but don't do it here. Wait till you're done, because it is very easy to lose the tip of a finger on this thing. So dial your setting into a thinness that you'd like. I like this kind of potato chip width here, and then slice up 2 large cucumbers. With this salad, along with really any salad, the ratios are up to you. So if you like more cucumber, go for it. Like more onion, do the damn thing. It is all up to you. Just get it nice and cut up and transfer to a bowl. Next is half of a red onion, and I'm running that on the mandolin as well, on the same setting as a cucumber. Also, just a quick heads up, most mandolins come with safety things like gloves or a little cupping device to hold on to round fruits and vegetables. Just an FYI in case I spooked you up top. They're really dope to use, they're just too damn good at their job. Next is an optional jalapeno ran through, again at the same settings, the mandolin. I didn't use the entire jalapeno here, just maybe like 3/4 of it. Just some extra little spice I like. And the salad really isn't that spicy at all, even though I've mentioned like 40 chilies and peppers here. After that, we'll grate up 1 whole carrot on a box grater, get that into your bowl. Now I've got like 3 to 4 green onions that I'm thinly slicing, stopping right before the white part. Add that in, and lastly, 2 big handfuls of shredded red cabbage. This is really going to help soak up a lot of that water in dressing. Because another thing usually mentioned in cucumber salads is salting the cucumbers first to get the moisture out. And that method is great when the salad is using just a few ingredients, because the cucumbers will release a lot of water and turn your salad into soup once you combine it with the dressing. But because we're adding more stuff to this, it's all going to even out and not turn into a soupy mess. So pour over about half of your dressing and give it a toss. I'm a saucy guy, so I like a little bit more on my salads. You just want to reserve enough of that dressing to drizzle over the tuna at the very end. After you've mixed, give it a taste, check if it needs some salt and pepper, and then pop it into the fridge for as long as it takes to prepare your tuna steaks. By the way, this salad makes a lot, so be prepared to eat it for a few more meals. You can definitely cut back on the portions if it's just you eating. Now that we're ready for our tuna steaks, let's get our crust ready first, which is super simple. You can go with white and black sesame seeds, but let's have some fun here. I've got this everything bagel seasoning from Cattleman's Grill. You can use any everything bagel seasoning you'd like I think Trader Joe's makes some as well, and a few other companies. It's got sesame seeds, salt, pepper, poppy seeds, onion, garlic, just some really fun flavors to add to this dish. Get out a small plate and pour enough to coat your tuna steaks. And this is our baby, a simple Ahi Tuna Steak. I would definitely source mine from a place reputable with fresh seafood. And if you can find sushi grade, definitely go with that. Otherwise, definitely go seek out some good tuna, whether it's like a Whole Foods or I got this from Gels's or whatever your fancy, known for fresh food store is in your town. Go there. And frozen tuna is fine too, as long as it's a good brand and you thaw it out all the way through. Now, one thing we want to do is make note of the grain of the tuna. It's going to be hard to do this after we crust and sear it, so I made a mental note of where the curved portion was and where the straight edges were relative to my right and left side. So I know if I place it back down after cooking with the curved side facing my left, then I'll know exactly where that grain was. And I'll know where to begin my slices, because we want to cut against the grain to make these slices extra tender. And it can be a little tough to figure out, especially because sometimes it'll start changing directions in the middle of the tuna. But again, cutting across these white lines will give us a cut across the grain, which is exactly what we want. But before all that, let's quickly get a binder onto our tuna with this extremely professional Tupperware container and a few ingredients. So I've got some Ponzu sauce because I like the lemon element to it, but regular soy sauce is totally fine. We need just about 2 to 3 tablespoons worth. Then a little bit of sesame oil, like maybe a teaspoon's worth, because sesame oil can be really strong, and like a teaspoon of olive oil. Rub that steak down down on all them juices. And then we're gonna dip it into our everything bagel seasoning and make sure all the sides are coated. Press down so there's no bald spots, hit the edges, and voila, you are now ready to sear your steaks. So into a cast iron pan over medium-high heat, I'm putting down a little safflower oil. You can use any high heat oil such as grapeseed or avocado. Let the oil get hot first, swirl it around the pan so it gets nice and evenly coated on the bottom, and then we're gonna put our steak in for no more than 45 seconds each side. That's it. We want seared outside and pink in the middle. Also, we don't want that pan too hot because it can burn the crust, so medium-high heat, 45 seconds each side. Flip it gently so you don't mess up the crust. A fish spatula would come in handy here, but all I had was this. 45 more seconds and we're done. Get it out of the pan and onto a cutting board. And remember how we knew where the grain was? So I've got the curved side facing my left, which means I know to cut up top here. And we'll just slice with a sharp knife. Maybe I could have sharpened this knife a little bit better before I did this, but whatever. Then we plate along with our salad, throw some more green onions on there, maybe some cilantro, a little lemon juice, and a drizzle of our remaining dressing. And that's it, a refreshing salad that'll impress you and your loved ones all summer long. And as I mentioned earlier, we're not gonna drink when we're doing that mandolin slicing, but afterwards, some sake would be really, really good with this. Chilled, of course. I don't know if it's taboo or not to have it chilled, but I like mine chilled, and you will too. Hey, this is Poor Choices Kitchen. We have a Patreon link down in the description. $1 a month is all we ask for, or you can donate more. That is the beauty of Patreon. You can add as much as you want to that $1. It is all up to you and the graciousness of your heart. And we also have YouTube memberships. That again is just supporting the channel. That's a flat rate $2.99 because YouTube likes to take their cut. So you can pick and choose either one. And also now I have the YouTube affiliate shopping program, which just got allowed to me. So if you see anything in this video as far as my tools and stuff like that, I should be able to link that somewhere on this page, and then you'll be able to click that and buy the same stuff that I'm using. Just way easier to keep everything within this platform instead of sending you to a billion other places, although I do think this sends you to a billion other places, but whatever, at least you know it's legit and I said it that way. So enjoy this salad because I'll be back with more filth, biggening that back right back to where it was. So I'll see you next time.